Have you ever imagined seeing BTS's Jungkook pass out in front of Taehyung in a previously unreleased moment? A video that recently circulated on social media claims to capture the incident, making the army around the world excited and curious. What exactly happened? Is the video authentic, or is it just a fabrication? Let's explore together the facts behind the shocking news. Recently, a video purporting to be footage of Jungkook collapsing in front of Taehyung circulated widely on social media platforms such as Twitter and Instagram. The video shows a man who resembles Jungkook visibly losing his balance and falling, while another man who resembles Taehyung looks panicked and tries to help. The authenticity of this video immediately became a heated debate among fans. Fans and netizens were quick to analyze the video. Some of the highlights include video quality. The video has a low resolution and looks like footage from a phone camera, making facial identification difficult. Surroundings. The background in the video does not show locations familiar to BTS fans, raising doubts about the authenticity of the scene. Taehyung's reaction. The man who is suspected to be Taehyung looks panicked, but some fans have argued that his reaction seems excessive and does not match Taehyung's known calm personality. In response to the viral video, BTS's agency, bighit Music, issued an official statement. We are aware of a video circulating on social media that claims to show one of the BTS members unconscious. After verification, we make sure that the video is not authentic and is the result of manipulation. We ask fans not to spread untrue information and respect the privacy of our artists. This statement confirms that the video is not the original recording and asks fans to be careful in spreading information. Although an official statement has been issued, fan reactions remain mixed. Some fans were worried and hoped Jungkook was in good shape, while others were skeptical of the authenticity of the video from the start. I know it's not Jungkook. The video was too blurry and unconvincing, but still, I hope he's okay. Why do people like to make fake news like this? Poor Jungkook and Taehyung have to deal with unfounded rumors. The incident highlights the challenges faced by celebrities in the digital age, where deepfake technology allows the creation of convincing-looking fake videos. Fans and the general public need to improve digital literacy to distinguish between true and false information. But interestingly, although bighit has released an official statement stating that the video is the result of manipulation, a number of anonymous accounts have emerged claiming that they have the full version of the incident recorded. One account even uploaded a 12-second clip that appeared to show a figure with black hair and a jacket identical to the one Jungkook wore at a closed-door event 2 weeks ago. The footage had no sound, but the limp body movements and panicked expressions of the other man beside him made some of the army begin to doubt the official version released by the agency. Is this a sign that something is being deliberately covered up? Or could it be that this is part of a grand strategy that we cannot yet understand? Some senior fans, who have been known to be calm and full of logic, actually voiced their suspicions on community forums. Some said that bighit was too quick to conclude the manipulation without more clear visual evidence, while others highlighted that the agency had indeed removed traces of events that could potentially harm their artist's image several times. One of the most shocking claims came from a former freelance staffer who claimed to have worked backstage at one of BTS's concerts. In a now-deleted tweet, he stated that Jungkook had suffered a serious decline in physical condition after undergoing intense training for more than 20 hours without adequate rest. He added that one night, Jungkook fainted backstage, but there was never an official report about it. Is this a coincidence? Or is this a recurring event that has been successfully covered up by a very closed system? One thing that triggers more question marks is how Taehyung behaves in the midst of this furor. In a live broadcast a few days after the video went viral, Taehyung looked a little different than usual. His trademark smile seemed stiff, and he several times fell silent for a long time as if holding back something he couldn't say. At the 17th minute, a spectator asked about Jungkook's health, and Taehyung's expression changed drastically. He simply replied, "She's fine," but his tone sounded bitter, far from reassuring. The sensitive fans certainly immediately caught something unusual in the reaction. And then there was even more speculation. Some conspiracy theory fans began to attribute this incident to Jungkook's sudden change in promotion schedule. Some events that were supposed to present themselves were canceled without explanation. In fact, one of the big sponsors who has been synonymous with his name appears to delete posts related to Jungkook. Too many coincidences at the same time are often not coincidences at all. What if the video is true, And Taehyung's reaction isn't just anxiety because his best friend fell, but because there's pressure to stay quiet. What if the agency issued an official statement not to defend the truth, but to quell the explosion of public opinion that could damage BTS's global reputation that has been built so carefully over the years? Now we are talking not only about the health of an idol, but also about how the entertainment industry shapes narratives, manipulates public opinion, and uses great power to control perception. And the biggest unanswered question to date is, who actually shot the video? The camera did not appear from the air. Someone was close enough to record such a personal and emotional moment. Someone who has access and the courage or hidden intention to pass it on. Is this a betrayal from within? Or part of a much larger plan that is being quietly rolled out? The mystery surrounding the video deepened when an account on the dark web claimed to have a nearly 2-minute full version. The account mentioned that there was more than a feint in the video, that Jungkook briefly mentioned a name he was not allowed to mention, a name that, according to the account, was related to an organization that has strong influence in South Korea's entertainment industry. Until now, no one has been able to verify the claims, but fans are starting to wonder, have we all been looking at just a small piece of a bigger puzzle? And in the midst of a storm of theories and speculations, one inevitable question arises. If everything is not so, why are we not shown the full version of the video? Why is it that more and more things are being erased, silenced, and denied? Sometimes, it's not the answers that arouse suspicion. It's the silence of those who know something. Do you feel like this is just a rumor? Or do you feel like something bigger is going on behind the scenes? Share your opinion in the comments. Do you think Taehyung is hiding something? Do you believe that there is more truth that we don't yet know about Jungkook? Click like if you want this truth to continue to be investigated. Subscribe so you don't miss any further updates that could change your view of BTS forever. And don't forget, silence is not always a form of protection. Sometimes, it's the stifled scream of someone who wants to talk, but can't. If it's true that Jungkook did pass out in Taehyung's presence, and if it's true that the footage is purely a real incident without manipulation, then what does all of this mean for BTS as a group that has been heavily guarded by the agency? Furthermore, what does this mean for their relationship that has been displayed as if it were perfect, without cracks, without misunderstandings, without wounds? The K-pop world is known for imagery, for the illusion of perfection. And when that one little piece of the facade starts to crack, it's not just the fans who tremble, the whole system can come crashing down. And now, many are starting to point the finger in Taehyung's direction. Not because he made an obvious mistake, but precisely because he did not react as the public expected. In the world of Korean entertainment built on a well-rehearsed and calculated reaction scenario, one too fast body movement or too long gaze can trigger a storm of speculation. Taehyung, in all of his appearances since the video went viral, seems like someone who is shouldering a burden that is more than just a rumor. He smiled, but his smile did not reach his eyes. He spoke, but his words felt as if they had been prepared in advance. Some fans even claimed to have detected a drastic change in the way he spoke about Jungkook, more formal, more discreet, as if he were walking on thin glass. Did something happen between them? Was Jungkook storing up so much pressure that his body gave in at that unexpected moment? Or is it the climax of an internal dynamic that has been tightly hidden from the outside world? Not a few are beginning to question the narrative of brotherhood between the two. Not because they want to drop, but because many of them feel betrayed by the shadow of the friendship they once believed in. What did Taehyung actually see when Jungkook fell? Why was there no public reaction from him other than one stiff sentence on the live broadcast? If there really is a longer version of the video, could it be that the cut shows something the public shouldn't see, not about Jungkook, but about how Taehyung responds? And why does all of this feel like part of a larger puzzle, involving not just two idols, but a system, an agency, maybe even a power structure that has never been touched by the public? Not a few say that if the truth of this incident is really fully revealed, it can open Pandora's box that has been locked tightly. Because if one record can shake the faith of millions of fans, imagine what happens if all the records hidden so far are opened one by one. So, what is the fate of the army that has built its life on trust in the transparency, love, and authenticity of this group? Are the fans merely objects of emotion consumption in a scenario neatly written by those who never appear on camera? Are they just spectators in a big drama where not even the actors know the ending? Even more surprising, some Korean pop culture analysts are starting to call this phenomenon not just about BTS or their fans, but about how the global industry has treated the human body and emotions as the main fuel for achieving popularity and profit. Jungkook is not just a singer. It is a brand, an asset, and a symbol. So when that brand body begins to crack, unconscious, fragile, uncontrollable, the first reaction of the system is not empathy, but erasure, denial, and narrative reconstruction. Is this the reason why there is no press conference? Why didn't any of the cameras show Jungkook directly after the video appeared? Wouldn't it be easier to refute everything if he just appeared healthy and explained? Or could it be that they are not ready to show it because the real situation is much worse than imagined? Some anonymous sources even said that after the incident, Jungkook was secretly transferred to an exclusive health facility outside Seoul. No public hospital records, no paparazzi photos. It's as if all access has been sealed off, and only those with the ultimate power in the Korean entertainment system know where Jungkook really is right now. And amid the soaring mystery, one voice from industry insiders said bitterly, "You think everything you see on the screen is real? These kids have been tired for a long time. But no one can stop, because the engine has to keep running. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you believe that something is being covered up? Do you feel that this system is indeed designed to bury the truth for the sake of preserving the image? Write your comments below and tell us, who do you think is really trying to hide reality from the eyes of the world? And now, darker theories are starting to circulate. Theories that have not only shaken fans' confidence in the system, but even called into question whether Jungkook is indeed truly passed out, or whether he is exercising a form of silent resistance to the invisible pressures that have been pressing on him for years. What if the incident was not a medical accident, but a symbol? What if Jungkook's body finally said no when his tongue could no longer? This is not just another wild theory from internet forums. This is the collective cry of those who watched their idol turn from a man into a symbol of profit, squeezed to the last drop of his emotions for a market hungry for love, hope, and pseudo-perfection. What makes this incident even more gripping is the loss of transparency on the part of the agency. Bighit, HYBE, or anyone else who has control over BTS's public narrative chose silence. Mute. It was as if nothing had happened, as if the body that had fallen in front of the spotlight could simply be erased from the public consciousness. But in an era